My name is Edna Morrison, and I live in Mitanjigaming First Nation. My Anishinaabe name is Aito Kamiguk, and my clan is Ginoje. I have diabetes. I was diagnosed 34 years ago. Did not know I was sick. It was just symptoms that started to bother me. Like I used to see stars or lights, or I'd have like fainting kind of spells. So that's when I went to see the doctor, and that's when he told me I had diabetes, and my blood sugars were like 16 at that time. Yeah. At first, the first 2 years, I was like, oh, I can beat it myself, like I can get well myself. So I didn't bother using what the doctor gave me. The insulin, he gave me insulin to use, but I didn't want to use it because, I don't know, I just was, in those days, thought that needles were horrible, like I was scared of them. And so I thought I'd get well myself. But then after 2 years, I started to feel like tired all the time and decided to go back to the doctor, and I told him that I hadn't been taking anything. So again, he put me on insulin, but just to take it at night. And ever since then, I've just taken it at night. But today, that's what I'm taking, insulin at night and metformin 3 times a day. I went to see a dietitian, and she recommended I eat more vegetables. So that's what I did. And exercise. I did a lot of walking. When I got the diabetes, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what diabetes was. I thought it was something that, like when you're told that you have cancer or something, that you're gonna die from it or something. That's what my first thought was. Because I didn't know anything, and there was not education on reserves. So today they have the team come up to take blood sugars, or whoever need to see. I think it's. I think if that was happening years ago, I think I might have been diagnosed earlier because I used to get the symptoms, like, but I didn't know what they were. Exercise and do walking to be active, and eat healthy foods. I didn't do any sports, but I did a lot of. They used to have like a lot of powwows. I did do dancing. That's when I started doing dancing to mostly to get exercise. Yeah, and then I quit smoking. I quit pop. I used to drink a lot of pop, like Coke and Pepsi. Of course, I was thirsty all the time. So I feel good after I quit that. When I know my blood sugar is going down, it's down. I always have some juice on hand. When I was a child, they didn't have no drinking. But then somehow when we grew up and started raising children, that's when a lot of drinking was going on on our reserves, and people didn't care what they put in their mouths, what they ate. They didn't care about going out hunting anymore, doing the traditional things that they did years ago, like snowshoeing, going out snaring, and people, even the women went out every day to go hunting, snare rabbits, do snowshoeing. There was a lot of that being done, but in the years that people started using alcohol, it wasn't existent, almost gone, those kind of activities, because they depended a lot on on the food that they can get from the stores. I eliminated sugar also. I don't use sugar except maybe in cooking, sometimes when I bake. To me, I think getting diagnosed with diabetes, to me today, it kind of helped me live a healthy lifestyle than what I was living. Maybe if I wasn't diagnosed with diabetes, I wouldn't have found a better life, like going to powwows, getting more active, and eating, finding healthy food. I would tell them not to be scared. I would give them my example of how I was scared and I didn't listen to the doctor, and didn't help me any until I decided after 2 years that I was going to smarten up and start listening, and because I wanted to live live